So next we are going to see about the address resolution protocol. This address resolution protocol is used for the is used as a communication protocol in computer networks. Mainly, it's used for mapping the addresses. It represents mapping the logical addresses which map the IP addresses to the physical addresses. That is, physical addresses is MAC address, logical address is IP address. So it plays a very crucial role in enabling the device within the local area network to communicate with each other, because in a local area network only we can be used by connecting by physical address, that is MAC address. When a device wants to send a data to another device in the same by using the same network, it is known as the targeted IP address, but it is not as a MAC address because it's using the same network. So this data at the used in the data link layer, that is the second layer of OSI model, which is transmitted using the MAC addresses, and this ARP is used to resolve to find the MAC address have been seen. So this MAC addresses use the corresponding, which is known as the IP address, and it is known as the protocols that may dynamic uses the IP address to permanent physical machines addresses in the local network. So this IP addresses which works by the requester. So this ARP translates the 32-bit addresses to the 48-bit addresses, which is necessary to the IP addresses, and this IP version, that is IPv4, uses the 32-bit, but MAC addresses uses the 48-bit. So that's why it's converted from 32-bit to 48. So this ARP works between the two layer, and the layer 3 of open source, that is OSI model, will uses the existence of layer 2 from OSI model, the data link layer, and IP addresses which is passed to the layer 3 of the network layer. So this ARP can also be used to the IP over LAN technologies, and it is represents as the token ring network and fiber distributed data interface and IP over the asynchronous transfer data. So this ARP was first published in the November 1982 by David C. Plumber, which the problem of address resolution was immediately evident by the early days by the IT suite. So this IP version, this IPv6 addresses, which is 128 bits, uses the neighbor discover protocol, which acquire the configuration information instead of ARP. So this IPv4 addresses the currently for the common, which increases the large due to the Internet of Things. So this IPv works. First, the request is sent by the sender. This ARP request all devices will accept in the learn who has the IP address, that is tell me your MAC, like that will be asked in the replay. The device that IP addresses responds with the MAC address, and the catch, and the sender stores the IP MAC mapping with ARP catch to the future use, reducing the network. For example, if the host A wants to send the data to host B, the IP addresses will be 192.168.1 something else, and the host A knows the IP address but not the MAC. But the host A broadcasts an ARP request, the host B replies the MAC address, and host A now uses the MAC address to send the data. This is the flowchart. So this is the work how the host A and B works, and the replace bills gets. And this is the types of networks, that is normal ARP, proxy ARP, reverse ARP, and graduation ARP, which normal ARP which resolves the IP to MAC. Reverse ARP will finds the IP address from known to MAC, and proxy, which routers replies the behalf of another device, and graduation sends without being often update the other cats. Importance of ARP, which are essentials in the between the mapping address. So this is the one of the process. So here the data is sending. So next, so the data is sending to the here, and the next is the data is passing to here. So this ARP is sending to the this 3 MAC, but here one is this adapted. So this video we can see this. So here this AP address, again it's going to show this, like that way it's showing. So again the PC1 is going and moderating. So here again the MAC, that is AAA, is going, so it's checking this ARP, and again it's passing through the ARP. So this both here connecting, but this ARP MAC is connected to this because this value is connected to only for CCC, because CCC is passing, so the CC is going. So PCA 1 2 which is not connected, so ping is successful. So this how the ARP will execute.